Hey everybody, it's Dak here for the Ed Boys, and what I'm about to do is go through a full Jad run here, unedited, which is something that doesn't happen quite often in my YT vids, so prepare for a lot of awkward silences and mumbling of whatever music I'm listening to at the moment. Well, the whole idea of this is part of my Jad guide that I was doing. I just wanted to make it a separate vid so that it wasn't like an hour-long Jad guide. I'm just going to do a straight run through on the fight caves. I will discuss what I'm doing on each of the waves, each of the important waves, anything that I feel I need to mention, tips and whatnot on the fight cave. So likely you're just here looking for one specific thing. If you are, I'll put some skip times to like important waves in the description, and in general you can just skip to whatever section you're trying to look for. Other than that, I don't know, I hope you enjoy. If you're just someone to, this could be weird. It's like a 40-minute stream or so where I don't get to talk to chat at all. Alright, let's just jump in. So before you click to continue, nothing can come out. So right now my guys are gonna run to the middle. You don't necessarily have to do this by any means, but just so you know, the cave won't start until you go through this guy's chat, so you can relax for a second. In terms of quick prayers, I usually don't have anything specific on there. I'm just flicking over to my prayers whenever I can. So I'll go ahead and pot up, start this out. We know we got a bat round one. My phone just vibrated. I'm sorry if that happens a couple times during this. Also, if the fans are a little loud, I apologize about that too. It's a little rougher time of the day to be recording anything, to be streaming, to be recording anything. So it's a little hot. Gotta keep the fans on. So the bats are pretty simple, of course. Go ahead and take them out before they can get up to you. That was a 2-bat wave, so now we have mucks. I could flick this on quick if I didn't just hit a 20. Clearly, it doesn't really matter. I think I just sipped a restore. Alright, I just really messed up early on. I clicked my F key and sipped that restore. It's not a big deal. But that was pretty foolish, I'm not gonna lie. I'm over here trying to do an example run for people to learn Jad, and I blow it on wave 4? Are you serious? Do have my auto retaliate off. I'm not on rapid though. Good thing I checked that early. Man. All right, my tips so far: be on rapid. Don't sip restores before you need to sip them. Notice I grabbed the bats sooner than later. I would rather this thing punch me than have a bat drain my prayer. We're about to have 2 mucks and then a ranger. So this one will get slightly more interesting. These are very much the boring waves. I have to assume most people have skipped this part of the vid. Because, like, who can't figure this out, right? The one guy here watching this. I'm trying to learn. I'm not shitting on you. I'm sorry. You do you. Alright, here we go. We have a ranger. I'm turning my overhead on. Looking for some spikes. I see him flying from over here, so let's go take him out. And the next, like, 7 waves will basically be the same idea as I run up to him. Keep my protect range on. We have the bat right in front of me, so I can go ahead and KO that. Oops, just turn off my protect range, you idiot. You fool. They don't do a ton of damage. You're going to have to tank some later on, so it's not a huge deal, but you'll see me change between, like, Rigor and Eagle Eye. I don't know. It usually depends on what I'm feeling. I try to only Eagle Eye on the weak ones. There's the Rangers real close. This is nice. So here's an example. I'll kill the Ranger before I kill the bats in the room, so I can turn off my protect from range. I got no Ranger in the room. But once these bats are dead, go ahead and put my protect from range on again. Looking for spikes. There's a dot that's not moving on my map. That's another way you can kind of see, at least get somewhat of a distinction between what monster you might be seeing on your mini-map. If you know whatever wave you're on, let's say it's a major and a meteor, not necessarily this time it was a ranger and a muck. You know that the major will attack you from far, but the meteor will be walking up to you. So if you just see on your map 2 yellow dots and one of them's moving, clearly that's the meteor and the other one's the major. So there's little tips like that you can kind of pick up. I see the bat, I see the muck, I see no ranger. There's the ranger. So I'm trying to take him out sooner than later. Sometimes I'll show more examples of this on the major. I do like to kind of attack both of them like this, like every other attack on a different monster. It's not necessarily like an amazing strategy that's going to speed stuff up, but I like it to take out the little monsters if I'm just protecting from whatever is attacking me and It makes me feel like everything's going a little faster, so I kind of like it. It's not a big deal, though. Oh. Foolish. I forgot about the little mucks there. Don't forget, every time you kill a big muck, it turns into 2 little mucks. I turned on my protect from range like the round was ending, or the wave. We got 2 mucks here. Yeah, so the fact that we have 2 mucks means next wave it'll add a ranger. We already have a ranger in this wave too, wherever it is. There it is. And that means next wave is 2 rangers. Sweet. One of them spawned near me, and you'll see the other ranger is a little off-colored and standing over here, heaving some spikes. There he is. We don't care about ranger color here. We kill him either way. Sorry. Now that was 2 rangers, that means this melee spawns. So, usually I'd try not to take a fist to the face. Usually I would attack a little bit while I'm running, but here's Italy Rock. I brought it up in the video. West side of the cave. Did I say east side earlier? I don't know. I thought I did. Oh my god, I'm not even safe spawning it. Okay, I'm just trying to give an example here. This is clearly not a clean. I'm on the wrong rock. Now I understand, dude. I just figured it out. I would have very much cam flicked if that was on stream, but luckily this is just unedited video, which you still get to see my mistakes. It is on the east side of the map, Italy Rock. I don't know why I couldn't figure out that. If I said east originally, and I was like, wait, west side? And you can safe spawn on a couple of the rocks around here, but this is clearly the way to go. Anybody who this is their, I don't know, this is their first like lengthy, I don't want to say live performance of mine. Basically, welcome to stream. I tend to have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty good at making mistakes too, not gonna lie. So I always try to drop that disclaimer early in the guides. Like, hey man, I know how to do this, but I'm not perfect at it, so don't come into this video expecting me to just show you the 100% perfect way to do anything. Like, this is how I do it, and apparently I've gotten it done. Making sure to get the bats first. Get the bats first as long as they're about to hit you. So like right here, I'm gonna try. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna attack it a little bit while I walk away. If you don't have much experience on the PVM side, and that feels a little daunting by any means, you don't have to. You can just run to the safe spot. But if you have some experience with PVM, it's really not a bad maneuver to get used to. It's just every tick you gotta click. So monster, ground, monster, ground, monster, ground. Now it's safe spotted. But if you've ever done Vorkath and you've Wooks walked the flames, or even like one tick your prayers, I guess it's technically the same pace as that, but you're just clicking on the same spot there. Oh, this one's not safe spotted. Doesn't really matter on the mucks, to be fair. Did I get him? I don't have any rangers showing up for a bit, so I shouldn't need to use my overheads for a while, which is kind of nice. And you may have noticed I used my BP specs to try to heal up from my mistakes. I did bring 8 brews this time. I normally wouldn't bring 8. I normally bring 5. But I knew that while trying to discuss things and show like certain methods that I might blow it and take some extra damage. I do suggest if this is your first time, maybe up to 10 brews. I'd probably go with 8, but that's the thing is like unless you're one of those people who just nails it first try, which if you watched my guide and then nailed it first try, that means my guide did well anyway. So we're doing good. But if you're not somebody who nails it first try, you got to use each trip to kind of adjust your inventory, unless that's not the reason you're dying. If you're dying at Jab with a lot of supplies, and that just means you got to practice the flicks and whatnot. But like if I say bring 8 brews and the rest restores, and then you have a lot of brews left and you're running out of prayer at the end, probably should take the hint and bring less brews, more restores. Could be a little different for everyone. You'll master your inventory. So there I didn't have to attack the bat right away because it was just pinned behind him. It wasn't draining any prayer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So as you can see, Italy Rock, you can use either side of the boot, the back of the boot or the bottom of the boot to safe spot. Okay, so there were 2 mucks just now. We're going to have a Ranger next wave, wave 22. It's still pretty simple at this point. Just check range. The Melior will show up at some point. Oh, there he is. I'm just going to use that walk method right here. This is one of my favorite ways to kill it because it seems to work well, and you can make your way over to the other monster. It's not working this time, though. So you can walk through. It seems to work well when you're good at it. You can walk through to pin the Melior behind the Ranger, at least. I did take a punch from the Rangers, you may have saw, but they are kind of weak, so you can tank a couple of hits. That time it chose to heal. I think these things only heal at under 50% health, if I'm not mistaken, but in general, you shouldn't let them use a healing or a melee attack. That was just kind of a, I don't know, funky setup. I probably should have went to the safe spot originally instead of trying to walk it, but I was feeling all cool. Trying to show how to do Jad. Let's go ahead and just blow it. That's what I like to do. As you can see, if you time it right, it won't catch up to you. Is this close to me? Alright, I gotta get a little... I think it'll work on the safe spot right here. Yeah, you can get at least 1 step. You might be able to get 2 steps away from the wall. Just to make sure. That's the thing, is a lot of times I test these things and then I don't remember them later. Like, wait, I know I tried that out, but what was it? 3 steps it'll come get me, right? No, 3 steps from the wall you're still okay, as long as you got it set up. I'll take it. Oh, Melior. Go to the other side of the rock. It'll get stuck right there. We're good to go. I want to kill this as quickly as possible. I mean, anything you're fighting, you're always trying to kill it as quickly as possible, but using a little bit of extra protect range, just sitting here protecting from the Ranger and then not killing it. Now, if you're when you get used to the waves, especially if you're not healing a lot and using extra restores to combat the bruise, you'll find that, sorry, I'm trying to get away from this muck. What was it saying? You'll find you use less restores, so things like that won't really affect you much. I don't even need to actually run from the muck. I don't know, I was feeling it, I guess. They don't do that much damage. If you're really low defense, some people might be defense peers trying to do this. They like that shit. 1 defense Jad. Then you might need to safe spot those a little more. Myself, I'm at 99 currently, so I like to tank a couple extra hits. But definitely if you're just like 70 defense, which is what I recommend in the guide, you should be good to go to take a couple of hits, especially from a muck. Should be able to judge that though. Oops, wow, still protecting from range with no Ranger. Takes a hit from the Melior. That's foolish. I blew it. You're gonna make mistakes during the cave. It'll happen. Just try not to do it on Jad and you're good to go. It's the Ranger? No, we got a bat. It's moving. Look at your mini map, bro. Oh, I didn't kill it. I'll admit, the more comfortable I get at the cave, the more I feel like the more assumptions I make on things, and then, oops, that helps me make mistakes, which is a weird thing to say. But getting more comfortable is probably the best thing you can do in the cave too, because really the most reasons people don't get their fire cape when they try is something goes wrong, and they kind of panic. Happened to me a lot. Happened to me too many times. Let's be honest. Oh, stop. Don't run up to it. Don't want to get punched in the face. Okay, we got a Ranger, 2 mucks. There is a Melior around. There it is. That means that next round we got 2 Rangers. We're almost getting to the meaty part, everybody. I like this. Anybody who's just watching the whole vid, I hope you're enjoying. I have very few YouTube videos on my channel, I believe, that none of them are going to be this lengthy and unedited. Very few of them that I don't take out little stutters like what just happened. I'm not great at voice recording. I've gotten better, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be a pro. I have live clips that I guess you get to hear me mess up too. So many of my Twitch clips are just blown because I don't have a good time speaking English. Alright, so the 2 Rangers on that phase is clearly pretty easy because you don't have to turn on any other protect. So you can just protect range and you're good to go. This wave is just 2 Meteors. Same case, still pretty easy. Still pretty straightforward. This is the last... No, there's still easy waves after this, but this is the last, like, very simple wave, I feel like. I mean, the next one's straightforward. I'm just turning on my Protect from Mage and going at it, but we're getting into the meaty ones very soon here. Please don't punch me. Thought I got too close. Okay, turn on your Protect from Mage. You do not want to have your Protect from Mage off in the room while this thing's here. So every wave from now on, make sure you're watching this bad boy. Otherwise, they're very easy to kill. They just have a lot of health, so this is where if you don't have a blow pipe, it starts to take some decent time. I'm tempted to brew up, but at the same time I have a spec. I don't know why I would say that. Ooh, see that spec? 24. Could it be better? Of course. Could it be worse? Of course. Have you ever used a blowpipe spec? They're rough at times, but it's really nice when they heal you well. Okay, I got 2 bats showing up and this major. With the blowpipe, I do really like to try to get a couple hits on the major early on. Not only to just try to damage it so that it's... You're trying to damage everything in here. Like, I don't know how to say that, but I do like to BP the major a little bit to hopefully get some venom on it early in the phase if I can. If I have a bunch of other stuff I'm trying to kill before the major and it does have venom on it, that'll take some of the health down and make it slightly quicker to kill. It's not a big deal, but there's no doubt it's helped me out before, so it's not always like convenient or a viable option to do that, but whenever it is... No idea where anything is. Muck. Like right now, before I go kill the mini mucks, I'm going to tag this a couple times. It's not a big deal here because I won't have much time on the mini mucks, but... Wow, dude. Apparently I should have been praying on those. Awkward silence. Like I said at the beginning of the vid, most of the times I'd be editing something like this, but you never know exactly what everybody's here to view in the cave. I'm just trying to give a full cave example, where in the guide itself I just went over all the things I felt you need to know. Like there's always going to be more questions, so this is one way I can combat that. Try to give some tips in any way, shape, or form, you know. Okay, let's alternate between these. Get the bats. Bats drain your prayer. Don't forget to knock them out. Major? Major? Get the bat. I see it. There's the major, though. Really? To hit the bat? Nice prayer, bro. Oops. Nice misclick. Alright, this will be 2 mucks. Then we have a ranger, which will get a little more interesting. I really like hitting 20s in the big mucks. And then 1s in the little ones. Alright, back up to full health. Yeah, but oh, don't get bit. Back up to full health. Didn't have to brew up, so BP is very helpful in here. I believe I stated that in the vid. We're good to go. Ranger. Alright, the Ranger spawned pretty well there. Pretty close to me. Clearly I got a tank because I cannot turn on Protect from Mage, but just rain up 3, hit it. Thank you very much. Those are wondering, I'm using Addy darts. Myth could work, but I'd use Addy personally. Dragon darts if you're trying to crank through. I've thought about dragon darts on my next time I get a Jad task just to see if I can make a good PB. I have like a 39-minute personal best, and honestly, I've gotten a couple of 40-minute personal bests, like 40-minute 20 seconds on 420. Oh, I'm sorry. I ruined it! 40-minute 20 seconds on some of these attempts while just making this guide, and they've all been off task. So I've definitely gotten better at this, and I could do a pretty good PB. Oh, there's the Ranger. Kind of space in the Ranger, I'm sorry. But luckily, a tank that hits pretty well with higher defense. I mean, it hit. It did damage, to be fair. Not much, though. We're good to go. These are a few of the waves that people can expect to have to sip some brews if you take some hits, of course. But once we get to the melee, it'll calm down for a little bit. Only for a little bit, though. Ranger. I see the melee. I'm going to tag it until I see the Ranger. I'm going to get this bat, actually. Oh, I see the Ranger. Shit. Get the bat. Then go to the Ranger. Oh, there's two bats, right? Get both bats before the Ranger because I don't mind tanking. If you're doing better on prayer than you are on health, then maybe you want to tank the bats instead of the Ranger. I definitely prefer to take those bats out, man. Taking the bats out. You know what I mean? Should have brought a shield switch with me. I feel like I never do because I just always don't remember, but it's not a big deal because I only have it on Jad. I don't know. At this point in the recording the video, I didn't bring up anything about a shield because I don't usually do it. Maybe I should at least add it in. Ugh. Ugh. I don't really bring a shield, and the idea of this video is this is how I do Jad, so at the same time, I also don't want to like lie to people. That space can be used up. I like it for the Ranger, the range potion right now, but I don't need all my range potions. Some people might need all the range potions. It's not really an available option for everyone, though, so it's not a big deal. For those that it is an available option for, are probably doing well enough that getting through these waves is not that big of a deal anyway. Makes sense, I guess. Ranger. Thank you for the hits. Spec the Major, fingers crossed. Oh, that's a good spec. 39. Awesome. Feels good, man. I like it very much. Okay, Ranger, Ranger, Ranger. Good spawn. Bats. Didn't get the bat. There we go. Tag this guy a little bit. Let's sip up a ranging potion. I think I have plenty right now. Just contemplating for a bit. Oh, don't get bit. Sometimes you are going to have those things like spawn on top of you and it'll bite you for a little damage. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it will, and that's just unfortunate. Get the Ranger. I have 2 mucks. There's going to be two Rangers next wave. Alright, here we go. It's going to be 2 Rangers in this round, and the Major, so I got to protect from Mage on, or those will kill me quickly. There's the Major, looking for some spikes. Oh, I see some coming from behind me, and then I saw this one in front of me, so I'm running over here. They're a little separated, which is not always great, but if you kill one quickly, you shouldn't have to tank much. And they're not hitting me very much right now, so that's kind of nice. I'm good to go. I'm going to heal up on the major, a little bit of the spec, and that round was very smooth. Thank you very much. Now we have a Meteor in the major, which requires a little more thought, because you have a Meteor chasing you down that can actually do some damage now. But let's see, where does it spawn? Where is it? Of course, you still have the normal safe spot, which this just spawned by, so this should be a really easy one. If this is the case, if it spawns over here, which can very often, you just hang out in the safe spot right here, and you're good to go. There it is. Sometimes you gotta use the major as a safe spot, though. You don't really have to. You could always like make your way over to this safe spot, but it could be a long run. Of course, if the major's dead, you can turn off your overheads, but right when the round ends, make sure to let's put that back on, or you're going down. Any major, or excuse me, Meteor. So I'm gonna take out this Meteor by the safe spot. The major can still hit me. It probably will. Oh, punch in the face! I blew it. I'll make it up with blowpipe specs. There's a bat somewhere too. It's stuck behind the major. Sweet, that's an easy round. That went smooth, smoother than it could have after getting punched in the face. Sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes you just get cranked. So far, so good. We're about to be at wave 48. Jad's at 63. Okay, where's the Meteor? Is it close? Oh, my, don't bite me. Don't bite me. Oh! Okay, so the Meteor's on the other side of this major. I'm just going to very simply... I'll kill the bat. Kill the bat while doing this. Very simply stand on this side of the major. And the Meteor got stuck behind him. Sometimes this can be rough while walking around. The major feels like it's just following you around. It just takes a little practice. It's really how the whole cave works. Just takes a little practice. Then I ran over to the safe spot and we're good to go. Bat can get to me right now, so. Good spec to heal. Oh, not bad. I'll take it. Oh, no, no, no. Not ready. Oh, hand on the wrong key. Whoo! Protect mage on. Be ready for your protect from mage. Any Meteor? Oh, I'm going to use... Okay, here's a good example of the mini muck. Spawn, the mobile. I mean, I could just go all the way there, but for right now, just to show you, like, you can use this thing as a safe spot. If you have low defense, this is probably not the option you're going for, but honestly, this works fine. We're good to go. Alright, here we go. Find the Meteor sooner than later, just to know if he's going to punch me in the face. There it is. I'm going to walk this one out. Oh, blowpipe cranked first couple hits, too. Oh, bat. Hold on, let me get the bat, too. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. Run out of space. I have the muck to safe spot on, but I think it's about dead. Alright, that one worked out pretty well. Could not kill this muck. It's like 5 hits on the muck. I almost killed the major before I killed the muck. Bat, very close. Is it the Meteor? That is the Meteor, huh? Alright, I'm gonna start walking it this way. See what happens. Is that a muck behind me? Nice. I'm just gonna use this as a safe spot real quick. Beautiful. See how the mucks can come in handy as a safe spot? It's the advantages of having a high defense level, to be fair. One of the advantages. Just having high defense level when you PVM is always an advantage, to be fair. Like, taking less damage is nice. Never hurt anyone. Wait. It makes sense. There's a muck, 2 mucks. Means we got a ranger next round. Being this close to the safe spot, I'm just going to take out these mucks here, and I believe the melee will be walking up. There he is. Good spec. Good spec. 37 full heal. Is that like a 3 hit melee on a blowpipe? I must have misseen that. I don't know. It was kind of nice. Felt good at least. Alright, so we got a ranger coming up. This is some of the more hectic stuff here. A major, a melee, and a ranger being on in the arena. See how it goes. Oh, the ranger spawned right by me. Sort of the melee. Is this going to be close enough? I could have turned on my prayer. Yeah, so luckily I can stand in the safe spot to kill this ranger. So I'm good to go on that. I could have stood behind the ranger, and I would have had to tank a melee hit while running over to this spot. If I stood over here while the ranger was spawned and then ran over there. But that's not terrible, honestly. Ten waves to go. It'll be a little bit slower Jad fight. I'm going to take a handful of hits just to get some good clips of protecting from each attack. If you've watched the guide, then you already saw some of those clips. But right now, the ones that I have for that are not, I don't know, not what I'd like them to look like. I felt like I didn't get the perfect clips. What have I done? Where's the ranger? Oh, I see him. I see him. I was trying to safe spot the melee real quick, but oh, this is rough. This is a rough one. I want to run from the melee a little bit. Try to get the ranger dead. Run over here. I'm probably tanking a hit here. Punch in the face. I'm just going to the safe spot, honestly. Tanked 2 hits there. So I definitely didn't play that perfectly. I could have done that a little better, but like, at least both were 0s. They could have both been 20s. I took like a 20 earlier from Amelia, so it happens. Excuse me. Haven't had a sip of brew. I definitely thought I'd be taking more damage trying to just like discuss and show a couple extra methods running around and whatnot. I don't know. I just felt like I might take some hits. BP has been helping me out. All right, here we go. Look for the ranger and the melee. Really, there's the bat. Okay. See the major and the rangers over here. Get the ranger. Oh, there's the healer on me. I'm going to wait on it. Okay, go to the safe spot. Major's in a good spot for this one because I can just stand in the safe spot. Attack the major. In fact, I can alternate major and melee in here. Try to get some venom spread out. I very rarely get that many venom hits, but anytime you see a green venom splatter, that's just a slight boost in speed in here. Now I'm going to finish up the melee. Oh, no. I thought of that backwards. Let's just say I'm gonna finish with the melee so I can protect mage or turn off protect mage, but I just kind of brain farted that, I guess. If the biggest lesson you get out of this, of anything, is you're gonna make mistakes in here. You're probably gonna blow it a couple times, but like that's all right. Just make sure you recover from them well and work it. So this is kind of a rare thing. I'm going to take out this melee in the safe spot just because I have a good safe spot and tank the ranger, but it hasn't gotten me yet. That's why I'm willing to do it because I didn't see it at first. There it is. Not really recommended if you have low defense and if you have low range and it takes you a while to kill that melee. But I know I can survive those hits and it doesn't take me long to kill the ranger once I get to it and we're good to go. Take him out. Alright. Eyes out for the ranger. Nice. Some venom damage. Ranger, nice spawn. Melee, that's a bat. Saw it moving. Take him down, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's the melee. Let's just walk that towards the safe spot. That wave went pretty well. Once you get used to the pre-waves on Jad, they really do overall get pretty easy. Your first few times, they might be a little daunting at times, but Jad's really the challenge in this one. And it's the same thing with Jad. Once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Though, I don't think I've ever gone into Jad not being at least a little nervous. Oh, this is a rough one. Alright, this is a unique one. I'm going to try to attack this ranger a couple times on the way towards it. And then I think I'm going to use this muck as a mobile safe spot. I'm going to take a couple tank hits here. Just one. Okay. So that worked a lot better than it could have. What I thought I was going to do was run over to the actual safe spot for a second. You ever voice cracked in the middle of a live recording? It's not really live, but it's unedited. Don't even know what I'm doing. That's actually like a good way to sum up my streams. Let's be honest. Where is the things right here? Zoom out, bro. Do you even know? Excuse me. Good spec. 0. Alright, I'm gonna have to brew up. Brew up at wave 58 for the first time is really not bad at all. I'm having a pretty good round right now. I'm using a lot of prayer, so I might have to die down on that a little. But, I mean, 4 potions for 5 waves is plenty, to be fair. Ranger. Oh, dude, Melior's real close. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna do what I did before, trying to safe spot the Melior before I get to the Ranger. This time I'm just using a muck for that safe spot. And then I'm walking around the Ranger, making sure I don't get too close to that thing to get meleeed. Whew. Oops. Oops. Ranger. That round kind of ended suddenly. I was not quite ready. There's 2 Rangers in this one. So this is a round people may have just skipped to see this clip, and that's all I had to say. It's the same strategy as before. You're just trying to avoid the Melior, take out the Rangers ASAP. You could use one of the Rangers to save spot. I just always found that slower, so I felt, oh, I just tanked a hit there. I felt like I tanked more hits from the Rangers when I did it that way, but it still works. All depends on your defense level. Higher defense, it doesn't matter if you take a few extra hits. Oh, was I close enough to get bit there? Oh, punch in the face. Thank you. Alright, that went a little better than it could have. Whew. This is where I start to feel kind of nervous because Jad's coming up. No matter how comfy I feel at Jad, I feel like I always get some sort of butterflies. It's just, it's an intense fight, man. You make one mistake, you're screwed. Okay, we got 2 Meliors in this one. I'm going to take out the Mage first if these are both safe spotted. See where the other one pops up. At this point, it looks like it will be good. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take out the Major so I don't have to prot Mage. Okay, and now it's really all straightforward till Jad, because there's only like 3 monsters to kill at this point. Oh, here come the nerves. Alright, good luck everybody. I understand how you feel going into this. This will be my 40th Jad kill on the account, and I still feel a little nervous. So I went to go find the orange spawn, and before I could even say anything about it, it had already spawned. This is where Jad's going to spawn, it looks like, right around this area. It may have walked towards me a little bit, but I don't believe it did. So I'm going to kill this red one quick. Oh. I will pot up a little. And I'm going to kill the orange one with my armor crossbow just to have my crossbow on while I kind of discuss this. Make sure and it doesn't really matter. Just making sure I switch it. Oh, just type in numbers. I'm like, why are my fingers not doing my keys? Alright, potting up a little bit. I'll probably range pot again when I get to it because I still have some range pot left. At this point, there's not much to discuss. If you have rigor, then you can't put on steel skin, but if you don't have rigor, I would put on steel skin to help it out. I usually start with protect from range, and then wait to see a mage attack. There's a mage attack. I'm actually not going to attack him right away. Hold on. Get a couple attacks in. I need that clip that I was talking about, just getting a few clean attacks, a few clean switches, just oh, excuse me, get a good example. Yes, my heart is pounding right now. Jad will probably always make me nervous. That's what's great about the fight, man. So, I don't like to turn off my prayers between attacks, though you can to try to save prayer points. I usually just, right now, clearly he's been using mage, so I'm on protect from mage. And if I see the range attack, which there it is, switch over real quick. Now it's the opposite. Once I see the mage attack, switching my prayers. There it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attack him now. Because I feel like I got decent clips there. Always got my eye on Jad. I do kind of want my game sounds on. Mage. Range. He's a little back and forth right now. I'm going to pot up. I don't think I did. Nah, we're good. The healers will show up soon. There's a range attack. So just got my eye on him at all times. He's attacking at the same pace. It's pretty straightforward. Healers are here. I'm going to focus on them a little bit, but I'm still watching Jad. There's a mage attack, right? I can attack one healer, go for two healers. Range attack. They are healing him up, which is a little hectic because you just did all that damage. You don't want him to heal up, but you're just trying to make sure. It's okay if it takes you a while. Oh, I'm about to take a hit. 81. See what I mean? It's okay to take a little extra time to make sure you don't take damage, because that's not what you want. That shit sucks. Luckily, I have high enough health I can survive things like that, apparently. Whew, that was nerve-wracking. I thought I was going to blow it after all that. Alright. Got it back. I didn't really need to be running around him. I was just trying to take a little less damage. Oh, dude, I'm about to take another hit. Okay, whew, I got it. I got it back in time. I was trying to take less damage from the minions. I got a little nervous there for sure. But, it's really straightforward at this point. I got all the healers on me. I'm just watching his prayers. Nope, one of them's healing him up. I think we're good now. I'd like to heal up a little because he could KO me, but at the same time, I'm just trying to finish this fight. Now that I'm focused on him, I think I'm good to go. Oh, man. Maybe not. Please. I'll heal up a little. There we go. Go ahead and pot up. Lots of mage attacks in a row. It's kind of nice. Is that it? No. Come on. Oh, range attack. He's trying to deke me. There it is. We're good to go. We're good to go. It's my 39th kill. I believe I said during that would be my 40th. My mistake. That wasn't too bad in terms of timing either. I thought I would possibly spend more time like running around discussing some of those safe spots, but I don't know. They seem to go pretty well. It was not a bad Jad by any means, especially off task. So I'll take it. Didn't get the pet though. Do I turn in this cape for the vid? I'm not. I'm sorry. This is for I possibly only stream viewers unless I actually do get the pet. Then it'll make the vid. But I have 4 capes stacked up, which is not an insane amount, but I'm letting them view. Excuse me, letting them view the turning in of the capes. But that's it for this Jad run. I hope you got some decent tips out of it. I almost blew it in there, so it's a little nerve-wracking, but hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some decent tips. Anybody who's watching this part, you maybe watch the whole video, so that's crazy. You're out of your mind. 42-minute video. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you watching the whole video. That means you probably got a lot of tips out of it. Hopefully they work out for you. My biggest tip is that it can be demotivating when you mess up, but seriously, I said it a million times, practice makes perfect, so you'll get it eventually if you just keep trying. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good advice, and I'll see you next time.